We got a fair amount to get into today. Before we do, like, follow, subscribe, maybe share it with a friend. We got some strange and unusual topics that are far more wholesome this week than most weeks, and that's a stretch in itself. We got some guys who got recruited from playing basketball to now playing football. Kind of crazy stuff. The World Baseball Classic is disappointing once again. We'll dig deep into that. The Sox also have some new news. We have some bracketology talk for you all. We break down our brackets and a little spin this year for the fun of it, and some NFL free agency and trade recap. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now. They talk about sports and stupid stuff. They're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back, it's the Taxi Squad, yeah.
Vincent, happy St. Patrick's Day. How are you?
Oh, Christ, Michael. How's it on that side of it?
Christ.
Got the green in the background, got the green on. I know we're 2 days out now that it's Thursday, but what a time to be alive. Favorite holiday of the year for me, to be honest.
Really?
Yes.
Not Santa?
No, because I don't like having to buy people gifts. Stresses me out.
I mean, the only gift you buy people on St. Patrick's Day is your Irish heritage.
Right? And
And
booze.
some boozy.
Yeah.
right?
Jameson, to be particular.
Ooh, not Redbreast.
No, not for me. I'm a Jameson guy. Now, what I did do, I had a little brunch gathering, as I do every year.
Brunch
And
guy.
this year, you know, I was out there cooking, chefing like Steph Curry. But I also made espresso martinis, and then I took my coffee frother and put Guinness in a cup and used that as a topper.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was bomb. It was good. People were liking it.
Vince, the fucking mixologist over here, dude. I
I'm
love
just,
it.
you know, it's different when you have adult parties now. You know, it's not like
Well,
back in the day where it's just like, bring over gross beer and we'll just get drunk early. Now it's like, here's breakfast. We're all going to have fun. We're going to listen to some stuff. I'll have Luck of the Irish on in the background. Everything's fun, you know?
Dude, I love that. I was tempted. You know, it's different in the desert, right?
Yeah. It's different
'Cause
anywhere that's
usually-
not Chicago, to be honest.
Really, because, they dye the river green in every suburb across the Midwest. Really, Chicagoland proper, though, dyes their little river or portion of river green.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go downtown if you choose not to. And most of every bar that Saturday is slammed.
Yeah.
It is just slammed, no matter where you are. You don't have to be downtown. You can be in the middle of the burbs. You have a packed bar full of people just all there for the same thing, celebrating the luck of the Irish.
That's just
not
a fact.
not the same in the desert unless you're
I
trying to
don't
do
know.
Wrigleyville vibes.
I was going to say Old Town
Let's throw it out
Scottsdale. That's really the only place you're going to get that.
And to be fair, I wasn't in the mood for it.
You're too old.
I wasn't. It's not that I'm too old.
Too
you know,
old.
it's just like you're with a group of three gentlemen I've known for a very long time. We're all in our mid-30s. We're going to stick out like sore thumbs. One barely
Hello there,
has hair.
fellow youths.
Yeah, right. I'm not trying to be that guy. And granted, it would have been a mixed bag, but it was like 89 degrees. I was like, let's just go find our local Irish watering hole, drink Guinness and Redbreast, and watch college basketball. And you want to know what we did?
That.
The ladder. And it was fantastic. We were
The
drinking
ladder, I believe you
Redbreast.
did it all.
Well, no, we just did one part.
Just the basketball. You didn't drink.
Oh, we drank.
I was gonna say-
Fella. We drank.
I was like, what is wrong
We
with
drank.
you?
But we kind of did the opposite. We didn't do a brunch. We did a drunch, right? AKA drunk dinner.
You didn't. Okay.
With a fellow pal who decided to make the corned beef and the cabbage.
Ooh.
So it was delicious.
Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
Corned beef cab, add your hot mustard as you choose. Delicious. Just delicious.
I love it.
So it was a
it's
great day. It was a great day. We were giving out beads as if it was Chicago-esque. And people were like, you guys are the only people who brought beads. We're like, we're fully aware. You want some?
Why did you get beads? Where'd you go to get beads?
Dude, just the Jameson, the green beads. Like, come on.
Yeah, but where did you? I'm with you, but like, where'd you get them all?
I didn't bring them. It's not like I personally
You're the
decided
leprechaun.
this was my. I'm not the leprechaun in theory, but a good friend of mine, Scotty, he brought them.
Oh, Scotty brought the beads. Oh,
Scotty
Christ.
brought the beads,
Good
and we were
on him,
handing
man.
them out.
Right on, man. Right on, man.
Brought them out. We had a hoot. It was a good time watching basketball. We were thinking about betting on stuff, but we don't know our ass from the hole on ground. This,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like foreshadowing what the conversation is about to be here in a scotch of amount of time. But it was still a great time over the weekend. It is St. Patrick's Day. If you're not going out drinking just to have a little bit of fun, I mean, come on, what else are you doing?
What else are you doing? Probably something better and better for you, but who cares? It's
That's
fun.
fair.
It's good.
That's fair. That's fair. Vince, you want to know what's better for you?
What, Mike?
Playing one sport and then getting recruited to play another.
Facts. Big time facts. And that happened. And this is not the first time said things has happened.
No way.
The Colts, the Indianapolis Colts have inked Notre Dame basketball player Carson Tout as a tight end prospect. And where this becomes strange and a little unusual, but less unusual than it could be, is first off, you sign Daniel Jones to $80 million, you got to make it up somewhere so that you just pick a guy from a different sport. But the Colts have actually been known to do this before. So there are famous players that have played tight end that played basketball. To be mentioned would be Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates. Try on Mo Alley Cox for size. Mo Alley Cox just signed on for his 9th season with the Colts, and he's a former VCU basketball player. It's worked for him. This guy's a beast. Get him in there. Why not?
Okay, before we move on, you're missing a big one. James Graham.
Yeah, he used to dunk on the goalpost.
Yeah. Julius Peppers?
Yes.
Julius
His is weird
Peppers,
because he's on the other side of the ball. You think he'd be a catcher.
UNC great, dude.
Yeah.
UNC great on both sides of the football. Absolute freak of nature. Just decided, hey, I'm going to just go tackle people.
And he was Hall of Famer at said sport. So that's a hell of a move.
That ain't no shit.
This guy's a unit, though. I get where they're coming from with it. Like, if we can turn this guy, hell of an athlete.
Give me dimensions.
Let me find him. I've just
Come
seen
on,
pictures.
Vince. We need dimensions.
Mikey, no dimensions over there. It's just Vince is always.
Come on, man. I need to know the length and
I
the
guess
size.
only one of us has fucking the internet. That's sick. He's 6'8".
Okay. That's
Height,
a big
weight.
boy.
He's 6'8", 250.
That's a monster.
He's a unit.
Even though 6'8", 250, though, he's going to have to probably put on about 20 lbs of size.
He'll probably play at 275, just pure muscle. Handsome son of a gun.
Yeah, he's a good-looking kid, huh?
Handsome son of a gun. But if you're going out there, 6'8" tight end, that's a solid move for you. I like it a lot.
Vin, can we face it? Like, let's face the facts here. If he was at Notre Dame, I mean, he's looking for a young Irish lady that he can go home and introduce his mother to. He's not necessarily feeling, he's not necessarily feeling the other. Who knows?
He's going to be in Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to stay close to home, clearly.
Yeah, and also he wanted to play in the NFL. Like, what do you mean?
I mean,
the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars can sign me, and I'd sign today. Like,
so
what do you mean?
Is Notre Dame's basketball team clearly not as good as their football team? So they're not
good.
in the NIT per se. They're not. In
the
NIT?
They're generally in the tournament. Like, I mean, I'm not a Notre Dame basketball fan. I'll say that. I'm only football really for them. But they're generally in the tournament once out of every 3 years, probably 1.5 times out of every 3 years. So they'll make it a lot. And shout out to legend Luke Herringody who went there, and he was a hell of a player in the tournament like 10 whatever years ago. Remember that guy?
I didn't know many multi-sport athletes that came from Notre Dame other than Jeff Samardzija. So
I don't think Luke Herringody played any other sport except for basketball.
Okay, see? What goes to show you my lore of knowledge.
He was just a hell of a basketball player at Notre Dame. Yeah. They're a football school. You know?
Absolutely a football school. I mean, that is what they're known for. I mean, although the women's basketball team was good a few years ago.
Yeah, I think they're good again this year, but
Okay, wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Now, Vince, in other strange and unusual topics, we are about to go into our March Madness bracket. But before we do, there are some implications here.
Certainly.
Okay. There are some things here specifically for the team of Alabama, most notably a football school.
Yes.
See, used it right this time. Thanks,
Yes.
Rich.
Yes,
Anyways,
you did.
Alabama star Aiden Holloway was arrested on felony drug possession and within potential intent to distribute of 2.1 pounds of cannabis. That's impressive.
Can't do that. What's interesting is that
2.1 pounds.
if you have 2.2 pounds or equals a kilogram in Alabama, it results in drug trafficking. So he clearly knew the amount that he could carry with him to make sure he was under that.
Was he selling to the team, the campus?
He said, so he was removed from campus within days of the tournament. Obviously, they're in the tournament. They're a good team. Told police he wanted to exercise his Miranda rights, remained silent the whole time, except for saying, so they had a search warrant for his apartment, and then at the end he told the police, I only smoke. He just keeps 2 pounds of weed on him all the time, but he only smokes 2 pounds?
I guess. Maybe he just doesn't want to, go back to the rabbit hole too many times. Maybe he just wants to. But someone ratted on him. Because someone ratted. Someone sang like a fucking stool pigeon on this one.
Yeah.
Because, he was removed from campus, claims he only smokes. He was charged with a Class C felony. I'm sorry. How else does somebody know that you're carrying this unless I don't know.
He probably sold it to a lot of people.
I know.
I'm not a partaker in said drug anymore in my life.
2.1 pounds?
Yeah, I'm just saying, back in the day, you wouldn't catch me with a quarter or maybe an eighth of that amount ever at some time.
Well, what I'm curious to understand, it's not like the university popped him for a drug test on a rando and they're like, okay, you got caught. Now we have to completely look into why you got caught. You're a student athlete. We have
Even
to
if you fail a drug test for weed, it's not like they're going to be like, we have to search your apartment now.
Right. That's fair. It's just more like suspension from the team. You can't play in the tournament. Okay.
Yeah.
Life sucks. It's not getting arrested suck, but life does in fact suck. But it's like, dude, if you want to do that, why don't you live in a Midwest state or a Southwest state where all of this stuff is aggressively legal now?
Yeah.
This isn't like 2001 no more,
Because he wanted to play basketball at Alabama. I think the shittiest thing, I mean, obviously the shittiest thing is he got arrested. But
sure.
So both of these charges, he got 2 charges. So he got Class C felony drug possession and failure to affix a tax stamp charge, which is funny. Both of them carry a minimum sentence of 10 years and $15,000. So each of them could be 10 years. Each of them could be $15,000 fine. He's not going to get that. He's probably not going to get that, depending on how it all pans out. The craziest thing, though, is he is a star on this team. He's the second highest scorer. He's got 28 minutes per game. He's 17, 3 rebounds, 4 assists a game, shooting 48% from the floor, 44% from 3. He was going to come in here and get play time this entire tournament they're in it. And now he's not even with the team. And as far as Nate Oates is concerned, he's not playing this entire time. So they just lost him. So if you have Alabama on your bracket, maybe take them to lose. Maybe take them to lose.
Well, I don't know if in round 1, which we will talk about here shortly,
certainly not. But they're not going to win.
But who's to say? Absolutely. So, he's removed from the lineup. There's a whole school investigation going on. There's a whole group of standards that the coaching staff's going to bring down upon him. The West Alabama Narcotics Task Force found loose marijuana and a vacuum-sealed bag packaging material and rolling tray paper on the arrest warrant itself after searching Holloway's residence. But once again...
But yeah, clearly he smokes weed. Like, that's not
How?
He's a college kid.
that's fine. But like my biggest thing is like, how did they get access into his home? They didn't have. Did they have a warrant?
They had a search warrant. Yes, but I don't know why.
Someone totally ratted on him.
There
was not a doubt in my mind. Someone was singing like a stool pigeon.
Mm-hmm. They must have. Yeah, it's.
Be careful of the company.
You can't have 2.1
careful
pounds
of the
on
company you keep. Who knows? He was in. You're in Tuscaloosa.
2.1 pounds. That stuff's not heavy.
I don't know where he got it from. That's probably where the narcotics task force is like, where'd you get it from? And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, in which if he rats, he's fine. And again, I think he's fine. But do you remember a story that we talked about on this podcast of another very, very talented Alabama player and certain gun possession and certain murder that happened? Remember that?
Oh, yeah, man.
Brandon Miller, who's now in the NBA. He didn't kill the guy, but it was his gun.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a knack of doing this right before the tournament starts. But Brandon Miller was allowed to play. This guy's not. So what's worth, murder or drugs?
Definitely not drugs.
I'd go with murder too, but this guy's not playing because he's the one that had the drugs on him. So.
Yeah, murder is so much worse than smoke a little,
And guns are legal in Alabama, and weed is not.
Well, once again, if you played at Northwestern, if you played at Michigan State, if
you played at Northwestern and you're carrying around 2.1 pounds of pot in your apartment, come on, buddy.
Yeah, but nobody's going to have the right to search you. Somebody ratted on him. Somebody, in fact,
you played at Michigan. Yeah. I know what you're saying. It's not.
Someone was singing like a stool pigeon. Either it was either a lady that got upset with him, or maybe it was an opponent, or
because he wouldn't give it up. So she's like, "I'm gonna tell the cops on your weed, love, because you wouldn't give it up. I just want your weed, love."
How did they? How did they possess a warrant, though? That's what I truly want to know. How do you? Something had to happen. I don't know. There's something we don't know yet, but we'll dig into it. There should be an update on this said, in fact, strange and unusual. But
Aiden. What are you doing?
Stop holding on to a bag, Aiden.
I feel bad for Alabama because he was shooting over 40% from three. So that's a hell of a guy to lose.
If Alabama ever had a year, though, by the way, to get there, man. There
was a couple years, Brandon Miller's year, they were one, I think, in the country, but this is also right there too, Yeah,
which we'll get into the outcomes of the conference championships. I feel like we got to talk about it at least for a second.
Need to know too while we're recording right now. It's Miami, SMU, Miami, Ohio.
It's not. It's Miami, Ohio. It's Big Ben.
Famously,
talk about strange and unusual.
Most notably this year for Miami and Ohio, undefeated until the conference tournament. So now they're playing SMU as the last four in.
Which is crazy work. And then they had the two play-in games, as they call the first four, not the final four.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about as well. And then we'll also go into the weekend of college basketball that did in fact end on Sunday, which was quite a sad day. But it's just about to start. So
here we go.
Buckle up, Buttercup. All right. Well, if you listen this far, we thank you. And please like, follow, and subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe and hit that bell.
Ding dong. And also, if you hate our bracket talk, or you want to share yours, or you want to say, hey, this team's going to win, and you want to do it before that tournament ends, you have an opportunity to do that with us by just calling it in and airing it out. 312-725-2107. Call in, leave a message. We'll play it live on the show and react to it as such.
Don't be shy. I know some of you listeners are shy. Like, I don't want my voice to be heard.
Want my voice to be on there. We will keep you anonymous. If you have ever held 2.1 pounds of marijuana, come on here and stay anonymous.
Yeah, it could be like one of those documentary scenes where the guy sounds like, so I did this and then I...
Yeah. So one time I had a little bit of weed. Cool, man.
So one time, no. Okay. Mind you, majority of the time it's legal. All right. Now, Vince,
Mike,
the World Baseball Classic happened.
Yeah.
And it was a great week for baseball as a whole. It's
It was funny
exciting.
too. It was funny.
It
A lot of
was
hijinks.
a lot of hijinks. From the rest of the weekend on, it was just great baseball. You had teams like Team Italy somehow going undefeated into a semifinal, and you're like, how is this real? And they played the team better than the team that was supposed to play them better, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
And even going in there, the U.S. losing to Italy, and Mark DeRosa being like, we already kind of stamped our ticket, and he benched a bunch of guys to get them rest. And it was like, they have to score a specific amount of runs, or you might not be in this at all. He's like, yeah, I knew that. You didn't know it, Mark.
Did you, Mark?
I don't think you did.
We'll talk about Mark's shortcomings here shortly.
But also, I just think that every other team was more fun than the U.S. I was rooting for the U.S., but we were the least fun team, at least at the end there.
Let's touch on that for a second. Why does baseball have to be so serious, especially in this country? They have like war figures talking to them in their dugouts. Meanwhile, Venezuela's dancing and shaking some ass. And out here, eating arepas and doing dances to the Bad Bunny. And meanwhile, we're just like, and I'm proud to be an American.
I know. And it was like, this is our sport. Or like Italy's. Every time they hit a bomb, they were drinking espresso in the dugout. It was awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
That was great. You love to see that. That's fun. That's exciting. They're hugging each other. They're giving, the Italian team's giving each other smooches on the cheek. Like, hey, there we did it. Anthony, how you doing?
How you doing, Gino? Good job out there, CB.
Come on, Louie. Come on, let's go. They're having a good time.
We were just lame, but we were good. And Paul Skeens is good. Paul Skeens is good at baseball.
Skeens is great at baseball.
Yeah.
So is Aaron Judge. So is Bryce Harper. So is Kyle Schwarber. So is Bobby Witt Jr., maybe the best shortstop in all of baseball over the past decade.
Is good. Judge is good unless there's any pressure, and then he crumbles like a little cookie.
We will touch on that too, because I have some statistics to talk about.
God, Aaron.
Yeah. Aaron. All right. Saturday was really when this thing got interesting. So the quarterfinals going on Saturday. Italy and Puerto Rico go at it. Italy just proves that early on they're a very good baseball team. They go up 8-4 at one point. Puerto Rico tried to make a short sprout there to get to the top. Then the game of the night, though, was truly the Venezuelans and Japan.
Yeah.
This team just... You thought it was going to be a no-brainer for Japan to
good.
Win. Yeah. But Venezuela, if there's any time you should have been like, I'm a little scared to play this team regardless of who I am, it was against Japan.
Yeah. Because they gave them the business. And Japan, they lost Seiya Suzuki. So both Chicago teams had a fatality of war during the WBC. But, I mean, they're still, we talked about it last week, and I said it was like a shoo-in, basically, because of their pitching and their hitting across the board. And Venezuela has the power. And they had a lot of good players. And they had a lot of good veterans, which helps a lot when you're playing in games like this. And they kind of just kept it going. They had the arepa power, dude. That's what it says on this video. Arepa power.
Well, once again, they had the arepa power. And Shohei Ohtani, really not doing much.
No.
I mean, 2 Ks, 1 walk. 2 runs scored, granted, but it's just okay. They were either pitching out against him, but this team, once again, if you 7 hits, 5 runs, still far more competitive than whatever Team USA was.
Yep.
Which we'll talk about here shortly. But so the table is set. We go into Sunday, and then you have USA and the Dominican Republic.
Hell of a team. Hell of a team, the Dominican.
One could argue, the game would have been better if the Dominican Republic played Venezuela.
Maybe. We also would have lost if we didn't pitch Skeens.
I understand that, which makes me believe should you have saved Skeens for Tuesday
the final
night, I would.
Or when you put a guy on your roster, he should just stay with your roster the whole time. What about that concept?
Well, the biggest problem that you're seeing with this series, and I love the idea of it all, but do you get to a point where maybe this isn't justifiable long term because you are seeing a problem now of MLB franchises saying, all right, this guy's on a pitch limit this week.
Which sucks.
If you need him, use him, fine, but he can't pitch more than this amount of time because we're going to need him in 2 weeks. Okay, I get that. That's respectable. But that leads to the point of the discussion we had 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Do you maybe leave the World Baseball Classic to the All-Star break?
The All-Star break. That was last week. And I think that they should.
Correct.
Because who cares about the All-Star game? And do All-Stars matter in any voting or anything like that anymore? It doesn't.
No.
And they do it once every, 4 years, 3 years?
Every 3 to 4 years.
So two All-Star games every other year, and then every 3 years, boom, World Baseball Classic year.
Correct.
Why not?
It would make so much more sense. And then people argue, well, what about the other guys who didn't make the teams? Just go have like a juniors game. Or
also, who
whatever.
cares? They don't play in the All-Star break anyway.
Oh, well, 2 weeks off is too much time.
No, it's not. It's perfect. Finish off your injury. Come back stronger.
Okay, but now the argument is, do you shrink the season based off of games? Because it is still the most games played out of any
Well,
franchise.
everybody wants to do that anyway, but then, truists of the sport are like, well, for record keeping, you should have the same amount of games.
Okay, hypothetically, 2 weeks. Either you have to shrink the playoffs now, or
shrink the regular season, not the playoffs.
Shrink the regular season. Do not shrink the playoffs. Do the World Baseball Classic every 3 years. And here we go.
Fine.
We have something that's so much more fun.
You think
Guys
you're going to have better viewership
form in this game? Yeah.
You think you're having better viewership in mid-May than you're going to get during this time?
No
At
doubt.
the fucking Tokyo Dome? That was so sick. And also in Houston, like all of those people, and for any Latin American country, Houston was not an American ballpark. There was no way in hell.
Well, and then you have Venezuela playing in Miami, which might as well be an away game for America somehow.
Yeah. That's the fact of the matter is those guys are going to travel and root on their guys, and America just was a kind of a poop stain. And I want to make it clear.
They're very polite and good poop stain, but a poop stain.
But it was just like I was rooting for America the whole time. Don't get me wrong, but it was just like there's no juice.
It's like a poop stain after like a dinner club, It's like you went with your, whatever, significant other's family to a dinner club
And
event or a supper club, and then you had a wet one. And then you get
Mikey
home,
skid marks coming to play.
and then you get home and you're like, oh boy. Well, I mean the dinner was great though. I didn't
That's why
realize
you wear the
that
black
one was the wet.
ones.
Well, still, I mean, either way, just throwing it out there. You're gonna have to wash it anyways and restart.
I
That's
lost
the bottom
track of the
line.
plot. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why
The plot is the ML USA baseball team.
I don't know why we're here.
All right, so USA beats the Dominican Republic by a run. Mind you, this game was going down to the wire.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then Mason Miller. Can we talk about this individual for 3
Best closer
seconds?
in the MLB?
How do you consistently throw 103 and then just totally just pull off a 6 foot, 12-foot breaking ball?
Yeah.
It's insane to me.
He's a monster. I think he's the best closer in the MLB. And I think it's good that he's not on the A's anymore. Where are they playing this year?
Who, the A's?
Yeah.
Sacramento.
Again? Vegas isn't done yet?
No, Vegas will not be
That's
done
such
until sometime in 2028.
That's such a joke.
I'll provide updates next week. I'll be there. Now,
Oh, yeah. There you go.
so when this whole situation is going on, you have maybe just your top ace and Paul Skeens going, and then you have Mason Miller closing out the game, which is all you needed, really,
Right.
because you needed to win by a run. But teams now are putting limits on guys saying, well, Mason Miller, unless you're in a closing situation, I'm not allowing it.
Yeah, they said tie game can't pitch. If they're up by in a safe scenario, then he can pitch.
Correct. which happened very similarly Tuesday night, which we will get into, but we need to talk about an individual who I'm very high on, and he maybe had the best at bat of the entire series in this game, even though he strikes out, but he still ran Palencia to, I don't know, I think 10 pitches in the at bat, which is Sam Anatachi, White Sox shortstop prospect.
How you done?
Had the best at bat
For Team Italy.
Yeah, for Team Italy of all teams. And granted, they lost 4-2. They still put up more runs than the U.S., which is impressive in itself. And I just don't get it.
They were fun. I think there's something to be said about team camaraderie, and I don't think the U.S. had that much of it. And also, Venezuela coming out and being like, we ate pizza, just screaming that after it. It was so awesome. It's just like, that was fun. It felt like more, like, obviously it got up to the wire, and we were texting about it during the game, and a lot of people were watching it in the finals, but like, that was a way more fun game. If it ended with Italy and Venezuela, it would have been more fun. But also, you watching the DR play the U.S., I'm like, this team is insane. And famous Dominican Republic hitter Austin Wells.
How does Austin Wells get on Dominican Republic?
I don't know. He's got to have some blood. I think you're required to have some blood.
Does he enjoy the showers or something?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'd like to point something out that it is kind of commonplace in the MLB that Dominican players don't shower with U.S. born players because Dominicans.
The U.S. born players don't shower with Dominicans, not the other way around. Right? Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Right, but it's more so because they get a little slap happy. In
They'll
the showers.
slap. They'll slap ass. They'll give you a twap.
Slap ass.
Yeah,
slap
play
ass.
with you. But like Junior Caminero, Guerrero, Machado, Juan Soto, Ketel Marte, Tatis, whole team's crazy. After that game, Juan Soto's like, pretty sure we knew who the best team was out there. I hate when people say that.
You lost.
It's like when Canada lost in the Olympics and they were like, we were the better team. It's like, I don't think so. You lost. Like, what are you talking about?
You lose, usually the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, right. And if you're the better team, then win.
And let's talk about it. So Venezuela and USA go into this game pretty evenly matched, one could say. U.S. most likely being the favorite to win overall, just based off of who they are.
They were, yeah.
All-star after all-star after all-star at every position. Everybody was going to play. Why, first and foremost, is Gunnar Henderson not starting at second base? I'm just curious.
Him and also Will Smith starting over Cal Raleigh, or not even coming in there and getting a hit in?
I
didn't do it.
There were so many guys I'm looking for. I'm like, to your point, where's Cal?
They'll shoot you over to the dugout and say, because that was my thing too. I was like, we really need a big hit right now. Maybe bring in the guy that hit 60 bombs last year. Try that one out for sure.
Where is Tarek Skubal?
Tarek Skubal is wearing a USA jersey at Detroit Tigers camp because he was only allowed to pitch one game and then left. And then he kept talking to the press like, I'm going to be there next time. We're going to do all this stuff. I'm like, what the hell happened? But also like, kind of shut up now. You're not on the team anymore. Like,
you're not on the team. Like, close your mouth. There was no reason for you to be saying words anymore.
That's where I was at. Where it's just like, you could say go US, but don't be posturing shit. It just felt weird. It felt disingenuous, to be honest.
It felt very disingenuous, to be fair. In my eyes, it just seems like just say it. Just say the loud part or the silent part out loud.
Yeah.
You're trying to get paid and you don't want to get hurt.
Well, he just got paid.
What did he get paid?
Wait, he got arbitration, though, so he's going to get paid again.
Well, that's fine, but meaning, he got his arbitration because
it was Scott Boras saying, hey, you got to win another Cy Young so you can get the biggest contract of all time this year. You know what that was. Yeah, for sure. And he's just like, I want to play, and they're like, no.
After a certain point, you get one life to live, and I understand you're going to get paid it back, but what's the difference if you get paid, hypothetically, $400 million or $300 million? What's to say? Let's say you start this game,
but I'm with you. Yeah, that's
you start this game, okay, and you give them 4 solid. Granted, you wouldn't have
instead-
had any run support, considering.
Right, yeah, because there's Eduardo Rodriguez had a hell of an outing. But also, he starts this game and we don't have to go with a Mets AAA player. Because why the hell is he starting the final game?
Once again, Paul Skeens would have been the ideal situation.
Or
it seemed
Logan
like
Webb.
Logan Webb would have been another ideal situation. At this stage of the game, I would have taken almost anybody else who's they fucking brought out there.
Yeah,
Granted,
I mean, but
2 runs.
he was fine. It's not like he gave up a lot of runs. It was just I don't know. There was no juice in the squeeze, if you will. And you're watching all those guys go up, and it was just strikeout, fly out, ground out, strikeout. And you're like, all right, this is lethargic. And our bats were kind of dead for 3 games in a row. And they won the other 2 based on good pitching and Mason Miller being good. But if you look at the other side of this team, it's like you got Eugenio Suarez, who has a flair for the dramatic, as we know very well. Michael Garcia, Acuna Jr. try that on for size. They got Ezekiel Tovar, Abreu, like all these guys, like Jackson Churio. They're not a shitty team.
You got Contreras behind the dish. I mean,
Yeah.
what are we doing? Or the younger Contreras.
Wilson, not
Valentine
Wilson.
Winifred. Wilson. No, it's not Wilson.
Why? Wilson. He plays
No, it
for the
wasn't
Brewers.
Wilson.
What am I doing?
Yeah, I forget his name off the top of my head as well, but it's the other Contreras brother.
That's crazy. William.
yes.
Jeez Louise.
And then legend himself, Salvador Perez,
Yes.
which you cannot discount.
Right.
Salvador Perez. I've been watching Salvador Perez since I've been, I don't know.
I mean, what,
a
they
young
won
man,
the World
like a
Series 10
teen.
years ago, and he was
A teen.
amazing. And
he was amazing then, and he's still
And he got
really
his-
good now.
he had, the record for home runs by a catcher until Cal Raleigh passed it last year. Like,
And he
yeah.
caught 9 innings.
Right.
So I don't want to hear about, the U.S. team with managing minutes.
And they got Miggy in their clubhouse. Like, it was just, they had way more juice. They were way more fun. And
There's so
by the
much
end of it, I was like, I want the U.S. to win, but I'm not going to be that mad if Venezuela wins because the celebration was way more fun. It was way more fun
I
than it would have been.
wasn't mad about it I'm a little mad about it, especially after, basically 6 innings of scoreless baseball,
Yeah.
8 innings of scoreless baseball by the USA team in this game. And then your last 27 at bats, you're 26-1
Mm-hmm.
as a unit. This
Yeah.
is just,
Well, it's just,
problematic.
and that's the thing too, is like Bryce is the captain. Bryce comes up and he hits it. And I was like, I texted you right away. I was like, a moonshot. I'm like, that guy wants to win so bad.
you kind of had a gut that like, okay, if anybody's going to do this, it's him. And he did it.
And you know
And
who
then
it wasn't
put
going to
this
be?
team, Aaron Judge.
What's his problem?
Aaron Judge, I was thinking about this today. You know what Aaron Judge is very similar to, or who he's very similar
James
to?
Harden.
No.
But yeah.
Prime Frank Thomas.
Oh, okay.
Let's think about this for a minute.
No
Frank
clutch?
Thomas was like a one-trick pony, would hit a bomb or is sitting down.
Yeah.
Now, Aaron Judge is far more defensively inclined than Frank Thomas was.
He can hit it
That's
in the
fair.
gaps every now and then too, a little better. but-
Correct.
Yeah.
He's more of a better overall hitter. But Frank Thomas had an issue. Frank Thomas in the first inning to the 4th inning, maybe a runner's on, solo bomb, whatever it is, he's good for it. He's good for 50 plus a year. But they're 1-run shots.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge, if you break down his numbers, is very similar to that in the regular season. Granted, nobody hits more regular season home runs than Aaron Judge because
Right.
he broke that record until Cal Raleigh did, right?
The AL record. He still has it.
AL
Cal Raleigh didn't
record.
pass it, did he?
I thought he did. I thought it was
I
62.
thought he had 60. I thought he had 60 on the dot, and I think Aaron Judge had 62. I'll check.
Either way, nobody's trumping Barry Bonds because that record is goated in every sense of the word.
Yeah, no shot.
And if we're going to bring in pre-steroid era type music, I could, but I'm not going there. I'm talking in the modern baseball era. Aaron Judge is very Frank Thomas. And in the playoffs, he doesn't show up at all.
Yeah. That's what we've been seeing. It's, he's consistently been, when the pressure's on, the World Series, the World Baseball Classic, and I know the internet's freaking out right now, but we're fine. We're going to keep rolling through. He cannot hit for clutch. And if his World Series numbers and his WBC numbers in the last 2 games were not good. And you're like, shit, if you want to be that guy, if you want to be the Jeter, you got to come up clutch. You gotta.
Let's play the game. If you had to guess Aaron Judge's 65 game example of postseason baseball, what would you think his overall batting average is?
Like, I would say like 230.
236.
Okay, hell yeah. Let's go.
246 at bats. How many home runs?
246 at bats. 15.
17. How many
Ooh.
RBIs?
I'm pretty good at this. 50.
41. How about runs scored?
Himself? I can't even guess that. 30?
42. Now let's go slugging percentage and OPS.
What did you say his average was again? 232?
236.
Slugging, I would say, is probably 430, and his OPS is like 650.
476. This guy's pretty good at data.
Oh,
OPS
shit.
822.
Oh, okay,
So,
that's higher.
These numbers really show that his playoff production really hasn't matched his in-season production.
Yeah, and we saw that. And they got to the World Series despite his play.
After Bryce Harper hits an absolute moonshot to tie the game, after a walk prior to him, Aaron Judge comes up next, works a 3-2 count, looks at the third pitch, strike 3, sit down.
Yep.
I'm not saying that I am the exclamation mark of a baseball player, but you're taught a couple different things, okay?
Yeah.
And one of those things is you never go down looking.
Yeah, don't go down walking away. You can't do that.
Correct. Don't go down if the bat doesn't move your shoulder, okay?
Right.
So you think you're in a position to protect right there. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to protect the play. Like, you can't.
It just felt like these guys were getting worked on, like, weak pitching that they see better of, like, week after week after week after week.
Yeah, and don't
Granted,
get me wrong.
I know
Like,
it's not a series, but
I was going to say, like, Eduardo Rodriguez threw a hell of a game. They brought in that other guy. He was clearly more hittable, and then Palencia came in. You can't hit that guy.
well, if I'm a Cub fan and I know that Palencia is in my bullpen and is going to be
Yeah.
my closer, Daniel Palencia looks to be legit.
I got a couple texts from Cubs fans, and they were like, dude. And I was like, I know. He's good. He's good.
You're still going to lose in the first round of the playoffs.
He was good
I
last
digress.
year, too, though, but I think this is a good start to the season for you if you're looking at your closer like this.
Once again, and Pete Crow Armstrong not starting the game over Byron Buxton, I don't. Are these MLB teams coming in on the championship games of all games and stymieing, like saying, yeah, that can happen?
Why would they stymie PCA for Buxton? Buxton's injured every year.
I didn't get it either.
You'd think you'd want to sit Buxton. Honestly.
I would sit Buxton. Buxton was over the entire series in DeRosa. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Mark
DeRosa
he wants to come back.
He has no business managing this game anymore. Zero.
He's a great broadcaster. He's friends with everybody. All of that's good. He was goofy out. He was goofy out there.
Bad decisions. You're not a manager. Stay in the booth.
Let Pettit do it. Pettit was doing
Let
it.
Pettit do it. Let Mike Young do it.
Yeah.
3 guys that I saw sitting on a bench, and I had the wherewithal to look at my wife and say, hey, babe, you want to know when you're kind of getting old?
Yeah.
She goes, when? I said, when you see 3 guys in managers' uniforms who used to be like your heroes growing
Yeah.
up. Because Michael Young was maybe the best third baseman in baseball.
On the Rangers, yeah. Hell
for
of a
like
player.
a decade.
Yeah.
And so was Andy Pettit. one of the best pitchers in baseball forever. And
we were in
DeRosa
the lifeblood of like the white guy third basemen that just got it done for teams that weren't very good.
Correct.
It was him. Like we had countless, to be honest, but
Young went to
David Wright. Jeez Louise. I was trying to think of David Wright forever.
David Wright, but Michael Young went to a World Series with the Rangers. But
he was older.
But David Freese, so.
Yeah, that was the Josh Hamilton one when he was a hell of a player that year. Yeah.
Josh Hamilton, Hank Blaylock. Come on, let's
come on. You guys fuck with Hank Blaylock? Adrian Beltre, no?
Yeah, you fuck with Hank. Adrian Beltre, another one.
Yeah.
This series was overall disappointing. I have a thought process that
I think it wasn't disappointing. I think the U.S. was disappointing. I think everybody else was fun as shit.
If Bruce Bochy is the manager of the USA team, I would put very good money on it that they win this series.
Me too.
Outright. They win the whole thing.
I think that's the cool thing about it too is it's single game elimination. And you don't get that in the MLB. And it was like every at bat was like, this could be the one. This could be the one. And then it's like people were making jokes like Mark DeRosa is saving him for tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
There is tomorrow.
What are we doing? And I get it. There is pressure, but it's just if you're sitting there in a 1-run game at the end of the game, you gotta have your guys out there. And you gotta have Mason Miller pitching if it's a tie game. I don't care. Like, what is it? Like the Craig Kimbrell, Liam Hendricks all over again, where they're like, I can't pitch in a tie game. I need to be up one. Like,
well, a lot of it, once again, goes back to that thought process of the organizations coming in and saying, hey, like, you need to do something different. You need to do this right. You need to do this. But beyond that, it's a frustrating thing to go through. But you feel for the country of Venezuela.
Viva la Venezuela. Also, yeah. Venezuela's like, fuck America. Hell yeah.
Well, right now, more so than ever, considering the circumstances, even though they were operated by a dictatorship for a long time.
That guy sucked.
So I don't know if it's so much, fuck U.S., but just, I mean.
I'm sure.
Some people are, I'm sure, especially the ones who make a F ton of money who play in the MLB. But what was a crazy stat to me, they said 8 of the 9 starting roster all grew up in the same village in Venezuela.
That's crazy. It's like when you look at Cuba.
Yeah.
Or
it's
a
very similar concept.
Yeah.
These guys are just like raised to be baseball players their entire lives. So some people may want to know why they may have a little bit more juice than we do.
They're friends.
They're that, but it's their only way out of poverty.
True. Very
Bryce
true.
Harper was a phenom at 15 years old.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper graduated high school early to go play baseball.
And he's been a stud ever since.
That kid's been told he's this shit from the time he was 12 years old. These kids, were playing the game to feed their families. It's not the same.
It isn't.
So remember those things as you think about the unity and the entire idea as to why these teams from the DR, Japan, and Venezuela carry a little bit more juice than per se the U.S.-born teams, which we've kind of created. I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole. But, a different mindset, should we say.
Sure.
So, there's baseball.
Kind of. We have one more thing on baseball, Mike. Justin Ishbia.
Oh, yeah, dude, the fucking White Sox, man.
I know. So the people that don't know, we've talked about it on this because we are clearly both White Sox fans. Mike's always wearing a Sox.
No way.
I'm wearing one today.
Oh, shit.
So a few years ago, Jerry Reinsdorf owns the White Sox and we hate him. And Jerry Reinsdorf will be selling the White Sox under the guise of he's going to die one day and his son wants to keep the Bulls, so he's got to have money so his son can play capital gains, so he's got to give this team to somebody and yada, yada, yada. So the idea is Justin Ishbia. He's part of the Twins organization. They decide they're going to keep the team. He says, fuck you, I'm going back home. I'm talking to Jerry. Jerry says, buy minority shares. When I'm going to sell the team off, I'll give it to you. He's like, great. He bought a bunch of minority shares now. He's going to get the team majority share. They said 2029. We'll see what happens. What he did today is he set himself up to purchase a lot, 47-acre plot, massive South Loop rail yard, right across the street from where they're building the massive Chicago fire facility right now. making it essentially like Kansas City, where Kauffman and what is it now? What is Arrowhead called? It's
Brilliant. Yeah,
something.
they're about to move. They're about to move.
They
from
are,
Arrowhead,
but it's going to
whatever
be
it's
kind of
called.
like
It's
that,
Arrowhead.
where it's going to be two stadiums, both sides of the river. It's going to be awesome, and they both like.
It
I
would
think
be brilliant.
the Fire have more room on their side, and they're going to implement infrastructure and bars and fun stuff around there. And so are the Sox if they build here, and you'll have the opportunity to not make the same mistake and aim the freaking ballpark towards the I-90 expressway going into the city, and instead have it open so you can see the cityscape like you could have done in the first place.
I personally want to see 94 as I'm watching a baseball game.
You
I'm just gonna
don't.
throw that out there.
And
I
you
don't
don't
want to
wanna
see
hear
the
it
most beautiful
either.
landscapes. Yeah, I don't want to see one of the most beautiful city landscapes in the world.
You're trying
I want to see
15 Honda
I-94
Civics
highway.
going 100 miles per hour and
Correct.
bumper to
Give
bumper
me-
traffic.
Give me 94, babe. To Vince's point, this is very exciting. The Ishbia brothers are just Chicago-born billionaires.
Yeah.
And the other Ishbia brother owns majority stock in the Phoenix Suns organization.
Yep.
So, of course, there's the AZ to Chicago tie.
Yep.
Now, what you can create with this scenario, to Vince's point, is that of a very large entertainment district to create more money and income and taxes and all of it for the general South Loop area, which has been meaning to be built up for the past.
Yeah, and it has. It's
15,
been
20
getting
years.
bigger and more. Yeah.
It has, but it's still not there.
Yeah.
And this could take it over the top. And to your point, the Chicago Fire property is there. The problem is with this rail yard that Ishbia wants to purchase is that currently it's owned by the Metra. So the Metra owns this rail yard and they use it for, cleaning, stock or restock or, recycling of old rail cars, which is, as we know, a major infrastructure piece to the city of Chicago. Now, if they go down this rabbit hole with the Metra system, what they would have to essentially do is say, all right, there's a Union Pacific yard that has some available purchasing property that you guys can take on the south side, ironically enough, closer to 35th, where the White Sox are currently playing than where they would be playing if they were in the South Loop. So the ironic part of all this is that they are putting the right. They're putting the Metra in a situation like, listen, we don't want to be this far south anymore. We want to come back to civilization and reality and make this something great. Would you be willing to take on that shitty part of the city? And chances are they'll just say, yeah, okay.
We'll do it. And it's like, dude, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love for Bridgeport. You go to the game, you go to the two bars. That's about it. Every other city and every
you can only go to Cork and Kerry and Turtle.
I've had more of than my share at both of those establishments, but in reality, and as you see other stadiums get built, and we've talked about it with the Bears stuff too, if you have an opportunity to build infrastructure and bars and like entertainment districts out there, especially with the Fire on both sides, it's going to garner more business and more people are going to be interested in doing so. And it just makes so much sense. It's just initial investment. And if you have that and you could do it, then I believe that more people are going to be like, let's go to a Sox game just for shits and gigs, because then we can go out after and it'll be fun.
Or let's live around the White Sox ballpark and the Fireball, or what is it? A ballpark,
the pitch, the field, whatever you want to call it,
whatever it is,
stadium,
I don't know, soccer terms,
same as football, stadium or field,
stadium, field. Go live around two mega complexes, especially if you're directly out of college. That's a hoot.
Yeah, I suggest people live near sporting arenas and fields of sorts.
Vince is a large White Sox fan, and a big Irish guy lives in Wrigleyville, which we still just try and.
I live in Southport Corridor, Mike. It's just,
my bad, Southport Corridor.
It's just close to Wrigleyville.
Technical, 2 blocks away, but we'll give them that. We'll give them that.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Love it. And there is baseball talk.
Yes.
The White Sox.
Let's
The
talk
White
about
Sox.
food. What do you say?
Food?
It's my favorite thing every year so the Masters winner chooses the menu for the next year. And we've seen some great stuff throughout the years. And we generally see people that pick culturally relevant food to them, depending on where they are in the world. Last year, Rory McIlroy won. Finally, it was a big old deal. Everybody's talking about it.
Mm.
Now his food comes out. I'll lay it out really quick. We can give our opinion. So April 7th, this food will come out. Appetitos, ready? Peach and ricotta flatbread, balsamic, hot honey, and basil. You get bacon-wrapped dates, goat cheese, and almonds, rock shrimp tempura with creamy spicy sauce, and grilled elk sliders, caramelized onions, jam, roasted garlic aioli. How do you feel right now?
I'm not mad about it.
It would slap. It would slap.
I mean, but what the problem is it's very.
It's
very
pinkies up.
pinky.
Yeah, but it's also the Masters and it's golf, so you kind of expect it to be pinkies up.
I
My thought
understand,
is
Rory.
lean into your Irish heritage, and I know he's Northern Irish, which is like a big, but still, like lean into it. It should just be bland and gray and white and
but
gross.
But that is your aperitivo. So what are the next?
Okay,
The next
yellowfin tuna carpaccio is first
delicious.
course.
Sounds
So
fucking
foie
good.
gras, toasted baguette, chives.
Foie gras.
Yeah, come on, try it.
Oh, come on.
And then you get to the main course. So you get to the
Here we go.
Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon. Which filet mignon, not my favorite steak cut, but I digress.
No,
Traditional
not enough
Irish champ. Sauteed Brussels sprouts, glazed carrots with brown butter, crispy Vidalia onion rings.
Why not lean into your Irish heritage and go corned beef and cabbage? What the fuck is wrong with you?
He's bringing Irish champ.
Or what about? I mean, you could do shepherd's pie.
I agree. But I think he wants to go
Shepherd's pie.
classy.
Shepherd's pie can be classy, even though shepherd's pie is hearty. If you eat shepherd's pie, you're taking a nap, cuz.
Yep.
I got news.
It's cold, day out in the field, come on home, eat a shepherd's pie, and sit your ass down. That's what that is.
Yeah, you're not going golfing after that. Now, do they eat this in like a party type environment?
Yes, it's an event
Okay.
for all of the former Masters winners. They're all there, and they're all like, "Look at my jackets, and here we are."
Yes.
The winner of this entire dinner, in my opinion, is the dessert.
Okay.
Sticky toffee pudding, vanilla ice cream. warm
That's where he came in
toffee
with it.
sauce.
Okay. He's bringing in like it's very eloquent. It's very legit. He did a nice job of the choices. He could have gone a little bit more home style if he wanted to, but then again, you're in the middle of April in Georgia. I don't know if I'm looking
when we went, it was
hot.
55, 60 degrees one day, and then like 84 and 87 degrees the next day. Like you can't really
But
tell
how much humidity you dealing with?
a lot. I almost passed out. It was horrible.
Could you
when I-
imagine eating a shepherd's pie than going to be in 84 degrees in humidity?
No, I would have passed out.
Shit
But also
your pants.
they also can just go wherever they want, and it's all fine.
Well, I know they can, but
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Yeah,
Hey,
the people
Vince.
that go there, Tiger Woods, like, you know.
Pimento cheese sandwich. Your thoughts?
Okay.
Okay.
Pass.
See, I give
more-
Rory credit. You know, a lot of people say he's a scotch of a dog, but he's got that dog in him. So, say
Yeah.
what you will.
No, this menu, I think overall is pretty bomb.
Are our outfits this episode giving Masters? I think they are.
Yours is
Giving-
for sure with the polo. I got the Sonoma button up right now. I'm looking like an ass too, but it is what it is. You know, we're young business professionals, so.
Hey, meet us in the loge. We'll
What do you
catch you
want
in the
us to do?
loge.
If we were doing
Catch you
this
in the
full
loge.
time, I'd be wearing t-shirts every day and just being like, "What's
I'd
up,
be rocking
Bengals?"
Rodman. I'd be rocking Rodman jerseys, dude.
all the time,
Catch
banging
me this.
Electras.
Yeah. Oh, I wish. Especially that era Electra.
Now, I was like, no.
No, not now. That's just that's beat up. But 90s, next
Come
level.
on. What are we talking
Come
about?
on.
Come on.
Come on, come on, come on. All right, speaking of come on.
Yeah.
Let's give a little consideration right now to the conference tournaments, which went on over the weekend.
Yeah.
And they were pretty, they were legit.
They're fun.
They were a great time. I mean, we could go into a lot of detail of the WAC tournament, the Big West tournament, and this and that. But let's just kind of jump to Sunday, and then we'll get into our bracket, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Take me away, Michael.
Sunday is the day we really dig in. We had the Ivy League tournament
Fun.
happen, which did any of these teams get choose to be in the dance? I don't think they did.
Yale? No, I don't think Yale's.
No, I don't think any of them did. So Penn and Yale played for bragging rights, and Penn won 88-84.
Penn is fun. I like Penn.
Penn's a good time. Virginia and Duke played, and somehow they both made it, and Duke, of course, won. But
Virginia's, there's not 64 conferences.
Correct.
So if you're that good of a team, such as Virginia's been this year, you're going to make it. The real argument was like, does Auburn make it in over Miami, Ohio? And Auburn's like 16-15. And you're like, and I know Miami, Ohio didn't play anybody this year, and they were just
Miami, Ohio is playing as we speak this evening, and they are currently beating SMU.
Yeah.
So if they win tonight, are they in?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yes, they are.
We'll have to pick up the slot.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean they're going to be the first four, so it's just whoever wins it gets in it, and then whoever doesn't. But
got it.
You're going to get multiple guys from each one, and like the Big East tournament was interesting. I wanted it's kind of lost a little bit of its sizzle the last couple years, but the Big East tournament is my favorite because my team's included, and they're usually going to lose pretty early. But I don't know. It's like St. John's, hell of a team. Villanova, hell of a team.
Very good team.
UConn, the best team out of all of them. You'll have those teams coming in there. And I think they have 3 bids in this tournament too. So it's hot and heavy. And then you end up finishing them, and you're like, okay, now I know what all these teams are like, and that's where the upsets come in.
Well, for example, let's talk about the upsets. When we think about a team like Purdue, coming in and really putting a scotch of a hurting on Michigan,
they've been not good the last month and a half.
Yeah, and now they're good somehow, and this is always going to happen.
They got a break for like 4 days, and then they go into the tournament, and they're like, oh, we're finally rested and ready to roll again. And if that's the case, then they can make a push. Do I have them making a push? No, but they can. They can.
But then again, if you look at most people's brackets right now, Michigan's going to the Final Four.
Right. Do I have them in
and
the
then
Final Four?
Meanwhile, you have teams like the Boilermakers who beat them by 8 points on Sunday.
Right. But who says it can't? Who says it can't change?
Who says I can't get stoned?
There's always a Loyola Chicago somewhere.
There is. So right now, to give you a breakdown of the first 4, Miami, Ohio is beating SMU 43-34 at halftime, which we
Lehigh
know these
lost,
games
right?
can go. I believe you are correct.
Yeah.
UMBC did in fact lose. Howard did win.
Okay.
That was yesterday.
Lehigh, most famous basketball player from Lehigh.
No clue.
CJ McCollum.
There you go.
Boom.
Only Vince could pull that, but yeah, Lehigh lost 67-55. Yeah, completely right. But what out of the weekend, Vince, what was your biggest takeaway that you were like, wow, that team has what it takes to get to the next level? Even though you're going to be wrong. Go ahead.
I never have been a Duke fan. But they're just good, and Cameron Boozer's just good. I think really, you take away the players and who you think are going to be, the big-time players that make moves. And sometimes you see guys, and you're like, oh, maybe he's not been talked about a lot. In reality, there are 3 guys that are head and shoulders better than everybody else, in my humble opinion, and it's Cameron Boozer, Darius Acuff from Arkansas, who I have them going a little bit, and AJ DeBansa, who we've been talking about for a year now because he went to BYU. And he's a hell of a player, too. It's like big-time players make big-time plays. But team basketball in college can sometimes knock those guys out if they're not going to play well. And I think of that specifically when I look at like a Michigan State. Michigan State's going to probably push it this year. We'll see what happens. But they have to go against UConn and Duke if they want to make it into the Final Four. So they kind of got a shitty draw. So like my biggest thing is like, are the big time players going to be the guys making big time plays?
Shall we get into it?
Let's do it. Let's just ride. The bracket is here. It's the messiest, the greatest time of year. If you're watching it, you can see it with us. My picks are up. Mike's going to talk about his picks. We're doing something fun this year. And he'll check in with it next week when we get the picks and we're ready to look at it. But every year you make picks and you're wrong. And we have been under the guise that if you don't know anything about basketball, you're probably better off. So the wonderful wife of Mr. Mike over there has also made picks. And we're going to go over it and see who wins this bracket.
Consider us mad scientists, and we have a control.
Let's see what our hypothesis is.
Yeah, our hypothesis is, okay, and the control in all this is my lovely wife, Kylie. All right. And now I would like to preface this, that her father was a college basketball coach. Okay. All right. And then not only that, she played 4 years of high school basketball.
She ain't no dummy.
She had an offer to play college basketball, chose not to do it and become a school psychologist. But this woman loves basketball, knows basketball. Her woman's bracket usually every year is elite. Like she just breaks it down like perfect. So this year I said, you know what? Love of my life. Why don't you and another little girl decide to go into this and bring it up? Okay. So
why not?
Let's do it.
All right. From the top, starting at the East, we have Duke, Siena. I took Duke. Who'd you take?
I took Duke.
They have to. Duh. Now we got an 8-9 matchup, Ohio State, TCU.
I took Ohio State. I have a fun fact about Ohio State.
Okay.
I have a fun fact about 9 seeds playing 8 seeds.
Okay.
Since 1985. Okay. A 9 seed has about an 85% likelihood to beat an 8 seed.
Right.
So it's 77, or my bad, 83%. 77 to 83% is the likelihood on this.
So 9 seeds are more likely to beat 8 seeds and vice versa?
Correct.
So why'd you pick Ohio State?
Just feels right.
I couldn't. I picked TCU. We'll see how it goes. It's a crapshoot.
Okay.
It's a crapshoot. All right. I already know where you went with this one. St. John's versus Northern Iowa. Former Cinderella team. Not happening this year. I picked St. John's as well. Kansas versus California Baptist.
Kansas.
Yeah, same. Okay. Louisville, South Florida, 6 versus 11.
I was torn. I went South Florida.
I'm a little late. Right? That's why I'm torn. That song?
No.
Yeah.
Lying naked on the floor.
I feel. This is what I'm torn. That's the name of the song. Whatever.
Okay, you're torn. Okay. All right. So I was torn.
I took Louisville. I wasn't torn.
Okay. Most people are going to go Louisville this one. South Florida had a great conference championship. So
okay, keep it hot.
South Florida. Yep.
Michigan State, North Dakota, 3 versus 14.
Michigan State.
Same. UCLA, UCF. 7.
UCLA. Even though they had a banger against Purdue, that was a far closer game than most predicted. But UCLA, I think, is a better pick than UCF. Although UCLA has some injuries that could be pretty bad.
And the beauty of that is it doesn't matter because they're going to go against UConn the next game, and UConn's a hell of a team.
Well, who'd you pick? Did you pick UCLA or?
Yes.
Okay.
Picked UCLA.
Okay.
I went pretty chalk on a lot of these. And then UConn, Furman, I took UConn.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with this whole thing too. So yeah, I explicitly went kind of top tier here. I didn't go off the beaten path, one could say.
Okay.
Minus my UCF pick or USF pick.
All right.
I say.
Now let's move over to the West. Arizona, Long Island.
I took Arizona.
Arizona might win the whole thing. Villanova, Utah State, 8 versus 9.
I took Villanova.
I took Utah State. Villanova hasn't been as good as they've been in years past. They're pretty good in the Big East tournament, but something about Utah State looks good to me.
I see once again that 8-9 seed. You got like a 50-50 crack at it almost. Yeah. It's interesting to see your thought process. So we're against each other there. All right, I like it. Vince goes underdog, Utah State. All right.
Wisconsin, High Point, the most picked upset of anywhere, not 8-9 seeds, but outside of that, was High Point's been beaten by Wisconsin in the most brackets this year. I'm taking Wisconsin. I'm not taking High Point.
Madison till I die. Let's go Wisconsin.
Yeah, let's go. All right, Arkansas, Hawaii. This is the easiest pick of all time. A cup till I die. Arkansas. Yeah. BYU, Texas. It hurts me.
Who'd you pick, Vince?
I picked BYU. Texas barely got in.
Texas had a banger of a play-in game.
They did, but they had to play a play-in game. So that's
fair. And BYU maybe has like the best player in the country.
Yes, right. That's where I'm at too. Gonzaga, Kennesaw State. Gonzaga.
Best team in the West, even though I always thought them to be in the East.
They seem like they're East, yeah. All right, Miami, Missouri, 7 versus 10. I picked Miami. Miami was so good at the beginning of the year. Fell off a little bit in the middle of the year. They're back and hot again. Give me Miami.
I also picked Miami.
Okay. And then finally, Purdue versus Queens. I just can't see them losing to Queens. I can't.
If Purdue loses to Queens, anybody who went to Purdue, just go give your degree back, okay? And then tell nobody you ever went to Purdue ever.
They used to be a football school. All right, let's move on to the South.
Okay, let's go to the South. I love it. All right,
Florida,
what do we got for the South?
Prairie View, 1 versus 16, Florida.
I was really feeling Prairie View for a minute, but then I was like, Gator Chow.
They just won, and they're really good. But it's happened before where teams that just win, they lose right away. It's not impossible, but give me Florida.
Yeah, but exactly.
I picked another 9 seed again versus an 8. I picked Iowa over Clemson.
See, I also went Iowa here. I just thought Midwest.
Yeah.
I go Midwest over Southeast any day of the week if we're talking college basketball.
Yeah, and do I know anything about either of these teams? No.
I know very little. But this could definitely be something that blows our bracket. But chances are it's already shot anyways. But I'll take Iowa.
When you made it, your B was B, dude. That's how
here was my 50-50 pick, right? If we're talking 8 and 9s, I chose most of the 8s. I'm going 9.
I picked 9 on everyone except for one, which we'll get to in a second. But Vanderbilt versus McNeese, who was a Cinderella team as well a couple years ago.
McNeese was a Cinderella team a few years ago. I'm still going Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's maybe one of the best teams in the SEC.
Feels like it. Nebraska versus Troy. Nebraska, hell of a team this year. I'm taking them.
I also chose Nebraska for this game.
North Carolina, VCU. I flirted with it. I kept North Carolina, but I flirted with it.
I think North Carolina for the first round is safe.
What happens after that? Because they're going to play Illinois or Penn, which, editor's note, Penn did make it. We're just dumb.
Penn did make it. We just didn't go that far. Okay, yeah. That's fair. I get it. I
picked U of I.
Yeah,
they're my own.
I also picked U of I. I feel like a lot of people from the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago just are all going homers on all the Petroviches.
You want to see it.
And all the Viches on U of I. And I'm talking about the Serbians.
Yes.
Not what your brain went to.
Viches,
okay, so get your mind out of the gutter.
It'd be like calling me Beans, but opposite.
Beans.
St. Mary's versus Texas A&M. Give me St. Mary's.
I took Texas A&M.
I think that's name recognition, Mike.
No, Vince, okay. Small Catholic Southwest school out of California or a major SEC powerhouse. And granted, in football, once again, that's like that 8 and 9 thing. I just thought so closely evaluated 2 teams that have never seen each other before. Texas A&M plays SEC talent every week, most of every week. Also got done about a big conference tournament. I'm going Texas A&M.
Okay, that's why we do it. Houston versus Idaho. Give me Houston. They got.
Yeah, I'm going to take oil over potatoes every day of the week. So yeah, give me some oil.
Okay. All right, Midwest bracket now, which I love that they name these. It's just where they play, but it's so funny.
Honestly, how the F does Texas Tech make the Midwest bracket? Makes no sense to me.
I think it's where they play. I think it's where they end up playing.
Understood.
Yeah, I think it is because we did this last year too. Okay, Midwest bracket: Michigan versus Howard. Michigan might be the best team in the country.
Howard got sneaky there at the end, but yes, I will take Michigan.
All right, Georgia, St. Louis, 8 versus 9. I'm taking the 8 this time. Give me Georgia.
That makes sense to take Georgia. There was a kid on St. Louis that I saw play on Sunday that may be one of the best comeback bounces of Dayton and St. Louis. I forget his name. He looks like Rodrigo Blankenship.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
Oh,
it's like Robbie Avila or something like that.
I think it's Robbie Avila.
Yeah.
He just shoots threes. That's all he does. He's incapable of very little other than that.
But like we had what year I think his name was. You're down to have one of those guys. Every year there's just a guy that's unconscious from 3. It could be him. I want Georgia anyway. Texas Tech versus Akron.
I also chose Georgia.
Give me
Texas Tech.
Yeah. LeBron James isn't playing on Akron, so we'll see. Alabama versus Hofstra, 4 versus 13. I know they lost a guy, but give me Alabama.
I also took Alabama in the first round.
Everybody got a Hofstra letter when they were applying for college. They're like, apply here. I'm like, nah. Tennessee versus seemingly Miami of Ohio, unless something goes different at the end of this game here. I'm picking Tennessee anyway.
Yeah, it's, Miami, Ohio, or SMU, which is a tie game right now.
Oh, it's tied now, yeah.
It is tied. So this could go either way. I'm also going Tennessee.
Virginia, number 3 versus Wright State. Give me Virginia.
I will also take Virginia. Very close game against Duke.
Kentucky, 7 versus 10, Santa Clara. Give me Santa Clara. This is my upset.
Santa Clara. I see. This is where my upset really. I don't have an upset for a minute. This first round, it's favorites with NIL and the rest of it. I'm going Kentucky.
Okay. Finally, 2 versus 15, Iowa State versus Tennessee State. Iowa State is my pick.
Iowa State is I think that's fair.
There's the first round for us. Now, we have differing picks here, so this is where it starts getting confusing because we always do this. So let's go back up top to the East. I'm looking at Duke TCU. You're looking at Duke Ohio State. And then we're both looking at St. John's in Kansas, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you took Duke and you took St. John's?
Yep.
So we have the same Sweet 16. You took Duke to win that too, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, so you have Duke going to the Final Four. Or the Elite Eight. All right.
Correct.
Moving down then, I have Louisville, Michigan State, and UCLA, UConn.
Correct. I have South Florida. You have UCLA.
Okay, so you have
that
UConn
would make
versus
it Louisville.
Yeah.
That would make it Louisville versus Michigan State.
And I took Michigan State.
I took Michigan State and UConn as well.
Okay, so we're pretty chalk right now. We're 3-2, 3-2. 3-2,
on the Sweet 16, yes, we are. Correct.
Okay. Just for sake of where this website goes, let's go to the other side on the West here. Or do we have more? No, we don't have more. Okay. So I have Arizona, Utah State. You have Nova.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you take?
For some odd reason, I just don't think. Call me. This is my upset. I think Villanova makes it to the Sweet 16. Correct.
A lot of people took Arizona's the main pick this year.
Why I don't believe they're going to make it out of the second round.
All right. Fuck yeah. I'm with you. And then Wisconsin, Arkansas.
I took Arkansas.
Me too. A-Cuff all day. Let's go. All right. So then you have Nova versus Arkansas. I have Arizona versus Arkansas. I think Arizona loses this round.
Fair. Still granted a 1 and an 8 seed, but crazy shit has in fact happened.
So you took Nova.
I took Nova. Correct.
Oh, we're just gonna keep going on Nova. Okay. Now scrolling down, we have BYU Gonzaga. I think we're both there.
So Arkansas in the Sweet 16. If we're jumping to Sweet 16, I definitely have Arkansas. Go.
Oh, you have Arkansas beating Nova.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, me too. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. All right. BYU, Gonzaga, Miami, Purdue.
I go ahead. Go for
I
it.
took BYU and Miami to move on.
See, I think BYU and Purdue meet in the Sweet 16, and that's a hell of a game.
Okay. So now our Sweet 16 on this side, we have Duke St. John's.
Mm-hmm.
You took St. John's.
If we're jumping to Sweet 16,
I want to cover this top of this bracket first before we go back down there and do all that shit again.
Duke St. John's, I took Duke. I don't think St. John's
okay.
is going to pass the Sweet 16.
That's where I put them too. And then I have Arizona, Arkansas. I have Arkansas winning that game, so I have them going to the Elite Eight.
Same.
All right. Bottom side, Michigan State, UConn. I have UConn.
I have UConn as well.
And then BYU, Miami. For me, I have BYU.
I also chose BYU to play Arkansas
over Purdue. Okay.
Correct.
So now, Duke, UConn. I took Duke.
See, I also took Duke.
Okay, I don't want them to, but they will. And then Arkansas, BYU. I took Arkansas. A-Cuff all day. This is quite a match.
Vince and I are a big Arkansas squad this year because of Calipari. Maybe it's something about the Italian.
It's Calipari and it's Darius A-Cuff. That's all it is for me.
Okay.
So
we're on path here, my friend.
All right. So right now, this is so fun. I love this. Okay. Let's move down to the South. We have Florida versus Iowa or Florida versus Clemson. We both took Iowa, correct?
I have Florida beating Iowa.
I do as well.
Okay.
And then Vandy, Nebraska.
I have Vandy beating Nebraska.
I have Nebraska winning. So then I have Florida versus Nebraska. You have Florida versus Vandy.
Vandy in the Sweet 16, correct.
Do we both think Florida's moving on from there?
Yes.
Okay. So we got Florida and then events the other side. All right. So on the Midwest side, or no, excuse me, let's go down. Let's keep going down. I know you're on the app, so it makes it harder. All right. So North Carolina, U of I.
North Carolina, U of I chose U of I.
Me too. Let's go. Keep it going, Illinois. And then I have St. Mary's versus Houston. You have Texas A&M versus Houston.
I have Houston.
I have Houston as well. So we both have U of I versus Houston there.
Correct.
Okay, other side. Tennessee versus Virginia. I think we both took. And
I took Tennessee.
I took Virginia.
Okay.
Cool.
There we go.
All right. And then you took Kentucky, right?
No, I took Iowa State.
No, I took Santa Clara to go against Iowa State is what I'm saying.
Oh, I took Kentucky to play Iowa State.
And then you took Iowa State to win?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so are we both Illinois, Houston, Virginia, Iowa State?
I am Iowa State, Tennessee, and then to your point, yes, we
Tennessee.
are Illinois, Houston.
Okay, I picked U of I to win that, and I took Iowa State to win that to move on. So I'm 3-2 all over the place.
I am, well, in the South, it would technically be Florida and Illinois in the Elite Eight.
Right, which is what I have. And then it's Michigan, Iowa State for me because it starts mixing after that.
Correct.
So if we're talking 8 now, you have Florida, Illinois, you have Michigan, Iowa State.
Correct.
Are we like the same now?
We're getting to be very similar, yes.
Okay. So up top, I have Duke, UConn, Arkansas versus BYU. I have Duke and Arkansas moving on for the Final Four. And then on the bottom, I have Michigan and Florida moving on.
See, I have Michigan and Arkansas going. So in the Final Four, give me Arkansas, Michigan, and Duke, Florida.
That's what I have too. We're the exact same, Mike. We are the exact same.
Okay, let's do this.
And my finals is Duke versus Arkansas.
We're way too much alike in this. Who'd you pick to win it all, Vince? Tell me right now.
Fucking Duke, unfortunately.
I got the Woo Pigs going. Woo
Good.
Pig.
I want them to.
I got the Pigs.
I was sitting there and I was like, shit. If they make it this far, they're probably going to win. It just pissed me off.
Do you know a 3 seed has cut down the nets, or a 1 to 3 seed has cut down the nets like the past?
It's always. If you're picking Cinderellas to go all the way to the Final Four, unless it's Loyola, Illinois, or Loyola Chicago years ago, it doesn't happen really. It ends up being chalk at the end, usually. That's why I was going 1-1-1 and a 4, because I'm like, well, they're probably going to win. Good teams win.
Well, we appreciate you sticking with us through whatever that.
I love that. It's always so dumb. I love it.
It's confusing. It's exciting. We get lost every now and again, but then we come back together, and then we realize that we think a very similar way, except in those middle games where we're like on opposite ends of each game. And then before we know it, it's just like we chose the same teams.
I love that we had the same finals. We went through all those fucking upsets just to have the same finals.
Same finals. After all of it, I'm going on the Woo Pig. It just seems right this year with Calipari. I don't know why. It's just
that's why.
Maybe. It's definitely one of those things that you look at it and you go, okay, one of these things could be one of these things could be another. I'm so excited to see Wife's bracket because we are going to be so wrong.
I know. They won't even let us see it. ESPN won't even let us see it until the tournament starts. So we'll talk about it next week, and we'll see where she lands.
Yes, we're going to put them side by side, see where we land, and we get to do this whole dance again. So if you want to call in at 312-725-2107 and tell us why we're idiots, why we do it this way.
Come in here and be like, Queens is going to win it all. Tell us why.
There has to be a better way.
Yeah.
But I agree that this year is going to be fun. I'm excited more so than most. It's going to be a fun,
2 to 3 Cinderellas, and I hope the Final Four is just the 4 best teams. I hope there's not some bullshit that it ends up getting blown out.
I don't disagree. It's so difficult to repeat, though, to a finals. Duke was there last year, too. So there's a very high probability that Duke's not back again.
Yeah, but if Duke doesn't make it back, and then Florida does, and Florida won last year.
That's true. But both of us don't have Florida going, Vince. So
I have Florida going to the Final Four. So if Duke loses that, then Florida goes. It's like...
Could be interesting. They do have a
Joakim Noah's got 2.
This is fair. And this is the beauty of college basketball. Why we choose to tune in every year. There's no doubt about it.
It's so fun.
It is. It's a blast. I'm excited to see what the brackets turn out to be. We'll post the brackets and say, okay, here they are. Read it and weep. All right.
A little football to end this off, Mike. What do you say?
NFL's king, Vince.
NFL's king.
Too much for Jaylen Waddle?
Yes.
The Broncos traded for Jaylen Waddle this week.
Yeah.
And in case you're living under a rock, it was a first, a third, and a fourth for Jaylen Waddle.
It was a fourth going back, too.
I understand, but
still. Yeah, I know.
It's a lot of dough, though.
They swapped 4th-round picks. They gave him a 3rd and a 1st-round pick for Jaylen Waddle. He's been good. He's supposed to be better. Tua was thrown in the ball. Is it going to be better with Bo Nix? I don't really know. I don't have a hard time arguing that.
I think Jaylen Waddle, Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton, they're going to be just fine.
I mean, it's a hell of a receiving room.
Do you know you want to know who they have coaching them? The mastermind himself, Sean Payton.
Payton, the one that freaks out at Bo Nix and then he hurts himself in the playoffs. Sean Payton always for me. And I know he's an Illinois man, but I don't care for him.
Took his team to an NFC or AFC championship game.
Yeah, I know. He had to start
chin.
Right. It's just we talk about him like he's won 5 Super Bowls and he won 1 20 years ago.
Okay, but once again, is this like the benchmark of losing anymore? Is like the 1 Super Bowl considered to be 0?
No, just more like he's a good coach. He's not a great coach.
What makes you a great coach, too?
He also put New Orleans in the worst place and then decided to leave and then came back and said, hey, I want to come back to Denver now and I don't want to deal with New Orleans anymore. He kind of fucked them over too. So
he just retired. He didn't.
And then came back all of a sudden.
Came back 3 years after the fact.
Missed me with it. Don't care for him.
Listen, if I could take 3 years off and come back for, somebody else and with a clear mind and a clear perspective, totally.
He doesn't need to appease to me, but I also don't need to like him,
Vince, this is why we're all snowflakes, brother. You don't gotta like most.
You're right. And I do. I love Love, but I hate Peyton.
Hey, I love some people, and some people don't love me. Yeah. And I've done nothing but go out of my way to be nice to them.
Every time. You've never been rude to anybody.
I've been rude to some people.
I was going to say,
I'm just saying, haven't we all, though?
Yeah, certainly I
day,
have. Yeah, certainly I have.
We all have after a certain time frame. But at the end of the day, if overall you're good to people and you respect others and you're loyal to others who especially do right by you,
yeah,
you have no control of how they feel about
Someone's
you.
Someone's got to tell Sean Payton that because he's kind of an ass.
He's a scotch of a dick, but Bo Nix is kind of his guy. And I mean, he also called out Russell Wilson for being a scotch of a tool bag.
He is a tool, though. Hey, clock's right twice or wrong twice. Broken clocks are wrong twice, right twice a day. Jesus Christ! Oh God!
All right. And on that note,
someone shoot me. What are we doing?
No, please don't do that. He lives in a place where that's actually plausible, so don't do that.
It is.
And
here in Texas, that happens there too.
Hey, Jack Sanborn's back in the Bears.
He is.
Thank God.
Make our defense faster, they say. Get a slow linebacker, they say. Whatever. He's fun. He was fun on our team. Can he wear 50? He's 57.
Why is John Bostic's number retired somewhere and I didn't know about it?
Is he 57? Is that what he was?
Yeah, it's 57.
Yeah. Does anybody wear 57 now, or is he going to come back with a different number?
No, I think he's going to come back 57. Like I said, did they retire John Bostic's number and didn't tell us?
No, not for Bostic. Definitely no.
John Bostic.
It is a notable number, most famously worn by Olin Kreutz. Way more considerable than John Bostic. But
Olin Kreutz was 20 years ago. Okay, let's.
John Bostic was 11.
That's closer than. I mean,
You're right.
Who's pulling John Bostic though? I'm pulling John Bostic.
You know what I'm pissed that we didn't get into the race for?
What's that?
Andrew Dalton. Bring him back.
Andy Dalton is now an Eagle.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
And the Eagles also signed Hollywood Brown.
Yes. I thought that was interesting.
Did you see Max Crosby went out on his podcast and basically called out the Ravens organization, be like, fuck those guys.
Yeah, he should.
I'm a Raider now. And just like,
he didn't even, he should go and I think he plays him this year, to be honest, if I'm not mistaken. He should go in there and wreak havoc because why not? I wouldn't have any love lost. He knows what's going on.
There needs to be some sort of a ruling by the NFL, which will never happen, that what they chose to do was wrong. Although, fun fact for all our listeners,
they made the legal tampering time for a reason.
Which, by the way, the tampering starts immediately after the season's over.
Right. So it's so dumb. And then it's like legal tampering, but the league season doesn't start. It's all stupid. It's all so stupid.
It's very dumb. I don't disagree with that statement, Vince. What I would say I disagree with is that there's no repercussions of the actions of these guys.
They didn't have to, right?
Yeah, but if you make a trade.
Didn't sign on the dotted line.
Yeah, it's still kind of out of bounds.
I agree with you.
I feel like there should be some sort of repercussions upon doing that. Just like how the Rooney rule has been proven to be an asterisk of a rule. Ian Cunningham gets a GM job with the Falcons and the Bears don't get draft picks.
It needs to be an upgrade of a job, Mike. And he's still second in that building. It's so stupid.
It doesn't make any sense. Just like how our bracket talk goes.
Matt Ryan is the president of football, not football operations. He's just the king of football on that team.
Hey, I'm the president of the footballs. Okay, where are all the footballs? Tell us where they are.
I will say the one guy that won the Jalen Ramsey trade was Howie Roseman.
Mm-hmm.
because whatever is going for A.J. Brown now, that's the running price.
Jalen Ramsey?
Jaylen Waddle. Jeez, sorry.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he just waited back and said somebody's about to get traded, and then I'll just wait.
Yeah. So now you can expect at least a first and a fourth because A.J. Brown's better than Jaylen Waddle. So
meanwhile, the Bears are over here like, shit, we should have waited.
they're waiting for the draft. We have $130,000 in cap space right now.
Yeah, but you traded DJ Moore for just a second, and like,
Yeah,
okay.
but still, that was when we got that. It was like,
Okay.
what the hell?
Yeah, but
How do we do that?
AJ Brown is like the same age as DJ Moore and just as productive. Different players, but the same
A.J.
age.
Brown's a little better than DJ Moore. Let's be honest.
I feel like they're different players, but I
I
digress.
agree, but also it's A.J. Brown might not get traded, and that was the best wide receiver trade outside of what just happened with Jaylen Waddle.
Where does AJ Brown end up if you had to throw a dart?
I see people saying he should go to the Rams, and then I saw one that said they should trade Puka for A.J. Brown. I started laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I think A.J. Brown's a Philadelphia Eagle next year. I don't think they trade him.
Unless him and Jalen Hurts just absolutely hate each other.
But I also don't think they're stuck on Jalen Hurts forever.
Who else are you going to – who?
Worked out in the second round or the third round last time.
Okay.
Ty Simpson, you're a Philadelphia Eagle.
Ty Simpson, welcome to Philadelphia. There it is.
He's gonna be a first rounder. Wait till that happens.
That's going to be bananas.
You know it's gonna happen. The second quarterback always goes in the first round.
Somebody's going to reach. I don't think Fernando Mendoza is a first-round pick, but
he's a number one pick.
Which is insane. It goes to show you what's the value of a thing.
Whatever anybody's willing to pay for it. Jeez, I can't talk today.
He got it, guys.
Holy moly.
Well, that being said, we do have a draft to recoup here. So we will be discussing a draft here shortly, which will be coming out here in the next couple weeks, which we don't want to bury the lead too early. Maybe way too early draft next week, but we're going to be balls deep in this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
No pun intended. So with that being said, we appreciate you coming in and listening with us week after week as you do. And if you haven't yet liked, follow, subscribe, hit that bell in the bottom right-hand corner. And then as always, see you next week.
Peace.
Talking Tales with Mike and Vince. Oh, you know. Jazzy beats while we dispense. Yeah, you know.